So today we're going to take a look at EDG versus 100 Thieves, which let's say was an interesting game. And we're going to take a look at Pearl here, because there was some wild stuff going on, and EDG almost came away with a big upset. But let's take a look here and start later on in the game at round number 18. And EDG are up 10-7. 100 Thieves just took a timeout. Their economy is not in a great spot. They do have the rifles this round, but if they lose this round, it will likely be 12-7. And so this was a very important round for 100 Thieves to win. But EDG, coming off a timeout, they just, I don't know. They just need to learn to chill. Take a look at what I mean, because we start off, it's perfectly fine, right? We go for this Knives little updraft play. All well and good. Nothing too bad yet, right? We're just chilling over here on the other side of the map. And we walk up and we take this A main control, right? At this point, everything is good. Everything is fine. There's nothing wrong with what they've done. 100 Thieves have got Cryo pushed up here. And they've got the turret and the alarm bot there. So actually, they are rotating, into a good spot here, 100 Thieves. And sort of, getting it right in terms of what EDG are wanting to do. But just watch now, as the KO knife starts to come in, here comes the smoke here from 100 Thieves that they put up. These three just decide to send it, like, now, right? You can tell that kind of Can here is in the smoke, right? He's coming in. We're sending it now with two of our players literally in spawn, right? Literally in spawn. There's 1 minute 20 left in the round. So it's not like time is an issue, right? We got more than enough time to just chill and wait. And this, I think, is EDG's big problem that cost them a lot of rounds. They just have no chill. Right? Everything is like, just like, as soon as something is said, like, let's do it, it's just like, yeah, let's do it. And it's just crazy, and in we go. Right? They just need to learn to chill. Think about it. I mean, we've even got a Viper's Pit here, right? QQ has a Viper's Pit, so, if he's a part of this exec, you can get a Viper's Pit, in a nice place as well, and be pretty good. You'll see, as they start to come in here, they don't even have the Astra Stars placed yet, right? They send in the Fatal. They don't even have the smokes down yet, right? Howdong has to, quickly panic and kind of be like, oh, catch up, essentially, to what the rest of his team's doing. You see that the stars are now coming in, like, as we're already in on the site. They just have no chill. And so we end up doing a 3-man exec in a 5v5. And ultimately, Can gets tagged here, and he has to come back, and now we're kind of struggling, and we can't really take as much of the site as we want, and it ends up being in a bit of a weird situation here where it comes down all settled. Our Viper, QQ, manages to just run in and put down this Viper's Pit. But now these smokes now have elapsed, right? These smokes are about to go down in just a second. And so we actually can't get the spike in onto the site, right? So we actually can't scale up and manage to get this spike onto the site. And so our spike ends up dying just there in a 2v1. And this Viper's Pit, now, I mean, is kind of useless now because you don't have the spike. Nice punish here by 100 Thieves as they get that little dart onto Can and get that kill as well. We end up in a 3v5, and I don't know. I don't know why, they couldn't just wait, right? I really don't see any reason, especially when you've got a Viper's Pit here as well, that, could be a big factor in winning this round. I don't know why they just went for a 3-man exec, clearly before their teammates were ready, and ultimately it cost them this crucial round. But now let's come to round number 21, and this I thought was a crucial round as well in this game, because 100 Thieves, as you can kind of see here, had won the last 3 rounds. We just saw one of them, and they were looking good at this point. And I thought, okay, they brought it back to 10-10. They'd won these last couple of rounds looking pretty good. I thought, okay, here we go. 100 Thieves. And this round starts off great for them as well. And I was just like, okay, this game is probably over. It looks like, maybe the pressure is getting to EDG a bit. And 100 Thieves, they're going to use their experience and all of that. And they're going to manage to win this game. We're going to get this Astral here as they walk down up. But they actually, this Astral, it kind of looks like, oh, we're going to come towards A. But actually, they come and push in here. It's a little sneaky idea by EDG. But Cryo reads it. And Cryo does insanely well here, right? Because not only does he read it and get a kill, he manages to get out as well. Really, really, really good stuff by Cryo. We end up in a 5v4. Now, EG are about to go for another play that they went for a couple times here. I don't love this. People who, watch me enough will know. I don't like these Aztec sacrifice plays. An Aztec sacrifice play, if you don't know, is where we go for a 1-man fake just on your own. Especially if it's an Astra or something like that. But I hate these plays in general, right? Yes, people might rotate over to you. Yes, this person is normally going to die, and you'll just end up in a 3v5 in this sense, or a 4v5 retake, which isn't that good. So, yeah, I don't normally like these plays, and I don't like this one either. But you'll see they they come up with the plan, right? And what's going to happen here is they're going to put down a star here on A. But then they're going to come and put this smoke up here on B. So they just put the star down, but don't actually smoke it. Then this dart goes off, and actually, I don't think quite sees them here, EDG. I don't think that dart quite sees them where they are. So this actually now looks pretty convincing, right? This dart has, not seen anyone just there on A. This smoke has come up on B. Hey, this seems pretty convincing, right? And they're about to destroy the turret here as well, is Howdong. So, hey, look, someone's there, right? And so the rotates do actually start to come in here from Asuna, as you can see just there, whilst the rest of the team is coming on A. But Stella's going to swing out in a second and manage to win that fight. We end up in a 3v5, right? Our sacrifice has been sacrificed to get the spike down, but now we're just in a 5v3, right? So 5v3, and this is where really, I mean, QQ here, I don't know what was going on there necessarily. Maybe he didn't expect that people would actually be here, maybe thinking the fake had sold more than it actually had. But we end up in a 5v2. And in 5v2, 100 Thieves, I have done multiple videos, I'm pretty sure, about 100 Thieves and how good they are at playing in plus man situations, right? Even, 4v3, stuff like that. Very, very disciplined, very, very good at these situations. I can't remember the last time 100 Thieves lost something like a 2v5. They're going to lose this round, and yeah, it just kind of goes to show, like, even just, like, one small mistake, if your opponent's aim is on, even just one person making a small mistake means that other people are going to, like, end up trying to catch up to that mistake, and so then they end up making mistakes, and then you end up losing the round, right? That's kind of, I think, what happens here. I mean, I think maybe they rushed this a bit, to be honest, 100 Thieves. They're kind of like, let's just get this over with. They do wait for their team, right? Like, as Bang and Derek are here and they're just holding, like, everyone is here. They're in a good spot. Right now, if we pause it, you think there's no way they lose this round, right? They got Stella covering this, which is good, right? They got two people here together, two people here together. There's only two opponents, so this is going to be good, right? This can only be good. Now, Derek's like 10 seconds away from a dart or something, and Bang, you can see, does have one star as well, and Asuna does have two flashes. They're not going to use this, but honestly, in a 5v2, you probably don't even need to use it. As long as you just trade off each other, you should be good. But you're going to see just a bit of a disconnect here between, like, these four players. Cryo's got an op, so he's just kind of holding deep. But Bang starts to come in and swing, right? So he's swinging. He dies. But Derek then is getting a shock dart out, as you can see there. So clearly just on completely different pages there. He dies as well. Asuna now is trying to charge up, right? As these two went maybe a bit before these guys were maybe ready or whatnot, I don't know. But okay, Derek dies as well there as he's got his dart out. So now Asuna's coming in onto the site, right? But, Cryo's still hanging back with the op and Stella, but Asuna's trying to now trade the kills that happened before, but maybe he's a bit late to trade those kills, so now he dies as well. Now all of a sudden we're in a 2v2, so Cryo now pops knives, and he's going to try and now make the play on his own. He runs into two people, and then Stella's in a 1v2, and he dies as well. And so we were in a 5v2, everyone died, and this was not the best 100 Thieves round I've ever seen, and I was, like, so perplexed, because I have never seen 100 Thieves in such a long time. Ever since they kind of picked up the core of this roster, I can't remember them having a round like this, but it just goes to show that, again, if your opponent's aim is on, it just takes, like, little small mistakes. Sometimes it's not even big mistakes. Just little small things of people being like, I've got my utility out whilst you're swinging, right? Little things like that can very quickly turn into, we just lost a 5v2, and they still have two alive. Now let's come to one of the most bizarre rounds you will probably ever see. Round number 22. Now, we're going to get Cryo set up here with his op, but down come EDG, and they're going to go for a bit of a faster play here. They're going to pop KO ult, and Cryo is in a lot of trouble, as you can tell. He does manage to get one, but we're going to manage to find that kill back on him just there, and we get to rest the KO. So it's a good spot straight away here for EDG, and then QQ is about to come swing this angle on Stella and manage to win that fight as well. So we end up in a 5v3. Now, an Astra ult is about to come out from Bang here, and at this point, when I was watching it live, I was just begging EDG, just chill, right? Because it looks like they want to we want to keep going, let me plant the spike. But I was like, just chill, just outwait the Astra ult, right? You've got 1 minute, 10 seconds left. Plenty of time, right? This Astra wall will go down, and you can just, you're good, whatever. Thankfully, they do decide to do that, and they chill. And I think they think about rotating here, but ultimately just decide to come and stay B. Nothing wrong with this either, right? This is a perfectly fine decision to make at this point as well. But this round is going to get very close. I mean, this here, QQ is going to go exploring in mid, and Asuna, is kind of doing the same. The problem, like, if you're in a 5v3 in this situation, just stick together, right? Just stick together. They have no idea where you are at this point. Literally none, right? But if you just stick together, I mean, if you stick together anyway, right? Like, this is a 5v3 on site. Max, you know that, right? Or anywhere you go, as long as you go as a 5, you're in a 5v3. Max. Right? And if they did stick as a 5 here and just come here, it would have been, a 5v1. Right? But instead, we go off on our own and we give Asuna, sure. I mean, it's pure chance who sees who first there, perhaps. But, he gets the kill. And when you're in a 3v5, that's exactly what you want, right? So we end up in a 4v3. Back they start to come towards B, but the utility from Asuna here starts to come out. The dart comes out as well. Now there's only 30 seconds left. They see bangers here as well. So they've seen all 3 people at this point. So what they decide to do with 28 seconds left is to go to A. But they're going to go kind of the long way round as well. I'm not quite sure why, to be honest, because they had seen, they've seen an aftershock here. They've seen a dart. They've just seen bang here. So they've seen all 3 here. So they probably should have gone this way, but they decided to come this way instead. And, ultimately we aren't going to get to that point, but I'm not sure they would have had time. It's very, very close to whether they had time or not. But anyway, now we've just got these 2 players on the site as, the other 2 run around the rest of the map. And you'll see here, nobody does manage to get a kill. He's going to get traded. And, well, they're still running down, right? We got 9 seconds left now. Kang managed to get one left. And I saw some people criticizing Derek for this. I haven't. What are you talking about? How does Derek know that they're not going to quite have time, potentially, if you just stay alive? Like, how's he meant to know, right? So he's just looking for a kill in like a 1v3 here. That's what he's probably thinking. You see that the time is really, really low there. And, yeah, this resets to 7. I think we were on less than 7. Yeah, so we were on 6.69 there. And then as it goes to the post round, it resets to 7 after Kang gets the kill. You'll see that they get the spike down like now. I'm not sure if we don't reset to 7, if this isn't saying less than 4, to be honest. So, yeah, crazy round. I can't believe they managed to win that. They might have needed Kang to get that last kill on Derek there, which is absolutely insane. But either way, EDG did get to 12. And ultimately, 100 Thieves would bring it back to overtime and would end with round number 26, where they are on the defensive side here again. And what you're going to see here from EDG is, well, they're going to go for another one of these Aztec sacrifices. We actually have a big stack here. It looks like they were kind of playing full retake B at the start, but they get Cryo set up on A, and so now they start to kind of rotate back towards B and see what's going on. Little Prowler comes in here towards up, but what you're going to see is these guys are going to come back to Cryo, these 4 here, whilst Haodong, kind of makes his way down B in just a second, you will see. So yeah, he turns around, out they come towards Cryo, and initially you're thinking, oh no, right, as Cryo is just sitting here with the up, but they actually, push him off this first angle, they get the jump peak, I think, they see him there, so, he has to kind of, come off that angle just there. Send in the knife, send in the Prowler. That's going to push him back a bit more as well. And here comes Haodong, right? He's going to, again, try and sell this little one-man fake. And he comes. And he's actually even going to manage to get a kill, I think, in this instance. But you'll see, here he is, just on his own. Does manage to get that kill. But now what's going to happen ultimately is he's going to get traded just there by Asuna. And that means that we have no smokes, right? So no smokes against an op. Cryo does the right thing, right? Come to a super deep position. Now just play with your op in a super deep position. They don't have any smokes to really get you off this angle. Stella manages to get one from towards Art just there. And even though, EDG do manage to come in onto the site and, plant the spike here, ultimately, Cryo is such a massive threat that he just, makes it so difficult for them, really. 100 Thieves play this well, right? They don't panic in this situation. They kind of play it steady, slow. Ultimately get that kill there. Stella now starts to pinch in. We end up in this 3v1, and again, this is good from 100 Thieves, where they swing as a team here and manage to get that last kill. And they would ultimately go on to win this match and go through, but it was very, very close. And look, EDG, they do need to learn how to chill, definitely. But this was a pretty good performance overall, I thought, right? We saw like, ooh, I think they look better than they did at Champs. So, it looks like they have improved. And for 100 Thieves, maybe not the cleanest game they've ever played. Maybe not the best game they've ever played, but they won. And so, that's, I guess, all that really counts.